Good morning, family, and welcome to today's Lessons for Life. Today is Tuesday, August 4, 2009, and today we're reading in 1 Kings chapter 18. And as always, before I begin, I encourage you to read for yourself, see what you get from emails and we'll put on the blog. But we see here is talking more about the prophet Elijah. And one of the lessons, like I said, as you read it, you can get a lot of different things from these chapters. But what I want to pull out for this morning for Lessons for Life is even just Elijah's prayer to the Lord before he brought the fire and consumed everything that was on the altar and so forth. And I remember there was 450 of the prophets of Baal, and they weren't able to get their God to do anything for them. And Elijah was taunting them and saying, oh, maybe he's sleeping or he's away or whatever. And the prayer brings it back home. I think what Elijah says before the Lord consumes what was on the altar is that he says, let the people know that I'm your servant. So even though he was taunting the other prophets, he still wanted to make it clear and make it perfectly known that it wasn't by Elijah's own doing that this was going to happen, but that he was just a servant of the Lord, and it was the Lord that was doing it still. So that was the important thing I wanted to bring up, that no matter what and how we can use it for Lessons for Life, no matter what things you accomplish or you do, you still have to remember that you're just being used by the Lord, and the Lord is really doing things through you. So it's not really by your own might or by your own power, so to say, but you're just allowing the Lord to use you to whatever ability that he can use you. So I would think that I would say a good way to put it is like the greatest among us is the one that lets the Lord use us the most. So it's the greatest servant to the Lord. So that's what I saw, and I wanted to share with you for Lessons for Life, with how Elijah, he made it clear that even though he was the one that was taunting them and saying whatever, it wasn't his own doing why this what was going to happen with the things on the altar was going to be consumed. It wasn't by his own doing, but it was just the Lord was using his servant to show them that the Lord is still in charge. So that's what I want to share with that. So remember, as you're going through, and if you allow the Lord to use you, you could do great and mighty works just like Elijah and all the other men of God that we read about before and that we will read about too. So it's really about you allowing the Lord to use you and his mighty power working through you. Okay, so with that, that's today's Lessons for Life. Create yourself a wonderfully blessed day today, and we'll talk again tomorrow.